Hello, Krysis X2 Lite here. And just a brief mention here, before I unpause the emulator, I tried to see why the turbo function seems to be locking itself to the Alt key on my keyboard as well as the shoulder buttons on the controller. I'm not sure why that is. It might be a bug with the emulator or something, but I can't disable keyboard controls or limit them to just being save states. So yeah, the Alt key, it pauses the emulator if you hold it in. It does. It's basically another function of the pause key that's on the keyboard. And yet it wants to also be the key that you use to speed up emulators, and I don't know why that is. So it's frustrating, it's annoying, but we're playing as Sisyrk now, and we're just gonna speed through the gym like we did last time. To be honest, I really want to just do the gym battle off camera, you know, instead of wasting your time, wasting my time just going through the gym battle all over again. I know you guys don't want to see a repeat of the gym since there's nothing different between Krysis and Sisyrk. The only difference is in the rival, to be honest. His team differs in Sisyrk's game as it does in Krysis' game. So yeah, off camera, I'm gonna go ahead, do the gym, and you guys are gonna see me back at the Pokemon Center. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into the game. We're gonna dive right into the game, but you're not gonna see me leave the Pokemon Center basically, because I'm gonna have the video pause. I'm gonna go off camera, fight the gym, and then come back to the Pokemon Center in roughly the same spot. So with that said, let's unpause the emulator and dive right in. So yeah, this is where I'm standing. Remember this location. I'm gonna go do the gym off camera. Right? Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went like I said, off camera. I went and took on the gym. I fought all the trainers there. Excuse me, got my badge. So now we're gonna proceed with the story. Our rival Markus wanted us to come to the library, so let's go to the library. Hey, Sisyrk, over here, this way. Okay, Gramps, I brought Sisyrk like I said. Alright, I'll be out of here. Okay, I get it. Hmm, everyone's here, finally. Sisyrk, everyone, listen. You may have forgotten already, but I study the evolution of Pokemon. We never forgot that. I think you're the one who forgot. But the more I study, the more mysteries appear and multiply. Pokemon that evolve, and those that don't. What makes them different from each other? Do those that are immature as living beings evolve to ones more mature? If so, what do we make of the legendary Pokemon that don't evolve? Are we to assume that the legendary Pokemon are complete as creatures? This is where you three come in. In the 3 lakes of Sinnoh, there are said to be Mirage Pokemon. If we can obtain data on them, it may shed some light on how the process of Pokemon evolution works. I need help from each one of you on this grand undertaking. Help me find these Pokemon that are considered to be mirages. You know, there's one guy in the gym that has a Yuxie. Maybe you want to talk to him about that. What are you saying? I didn't get no Pokedex. That's a double negative. And who was it that bolted from the lab before I had a chance to give you a Pokedex? But that's water under the bridge. Seeing Pokemon with your own eyes is important for you in becoming a better trainer too. You can count on me? It will help with my Pokedex too. Sisyrk, you'll go too, won't you? I would have made all of you go regardless. Anyway. Now, there are 3 lakes. Fortuitously, there are 3 of you. You should therefore split up and investigate the lakes individually. Dawn, You go to Lake Verity. Will do. Markus, I want you to investigate Lake Equity. That would take you almost to Snow Point City. The road there is harsh. I need a tough trainer to go. Yeah, of course. Gramps, you know how to call it. Oh, great, you're inflating his ego. You can tell I'm the hotness. Oh, jeez. And that leaves Sisyrk with Lake Valor. The lake is between Veilstone and Pastoria, if memory serves. Has it stopped? Are all of you unharmed? Let's go aside, but be careful. I'm concerned about the city. Sisyrk is frozen to his chair. Sisyrk, hurry along, but beware of aftershocks. I'm feeling wobbly. Even though the tremor has ended, my knees still feel like jelly. Well, was that an earthquake? I didn't imagine it. It's kind of funny to talk to the NPCs after that shockwave. They all have silly things to say. This one especially. I looked up a book called Surviving Disasters right away. This girl in the back is a nasty one, but I like talking to her anyway. I've been asking people not to disturb me while I'm reading. I shouldn't have even bothered. I shouldn't even have bothered. I'm all agitated now. And then this person here. Hello, this is the Canalave Library. Please keep quiet while you're on the premises. Was it me who screamed, "Gah!" or shouted, "Help me"? No, really, that wasn't me screaming. That tremor, that wasn't a natural occurrence. Hey, old dude and kids, something big just happened. They're saying there was a huge explosion at Lake Valor. Kaboom! Like that. He's all happy about that. Gramps, I'm going to the lake. I have a bad feeling about this. That Markus can't sit still. Sisyrk, I'm worried about Lake Valor, but I have no idea what is taking place. You must find out. But before you go, let me stress, don't get in over your head. We will try to join you as soon as we inspect Lake Verity. Sisyrk, you'll be okay, won't you? We'll be fine. Got a good team of Pokemon here, so we're good. Hey, look! Those researcher guys are blocking the path here are gone now. Let's go and see what's going on here. Oh. That's a familiar tune. Aha! Of course. Next stop, Lake Verity. The closest civilization is that hick town called Twinleaf. We can roll in there completely unopposed. Okay, about that word hick, let me go ahead and pause the emulator just to make mention of this real quick. Okay. He said the word hick in that sentence. That's a slur. That's a very bad slur he's basically just calling everybody a bunch of rednecks, which is another slur. It just means people who inbreed with each other. So he just basically said that Twin Leaf is full of inbred people. And that's actually a pretty bad word. Game Freak has become notorious for using subtle swears in their video games. The first time was the grunt that was standing outside of Pastoria, and now this grunt here. Yeah, Game Freak is notorious for doing that, and I'm not kidding. In their latest endeavor, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, there is a gym leader. What's her name? Starts with a C. Her name starts with a C. She's an electric type gym leader. I forgot what her name. What her name is. She is basically the epitome of angry gamers in the real world. In that, when you beat her in a battle, she drops comic book character swears, and that shocked me to see that in a Pokemon game. I would take that over actual using actual slurs and terminology, but yeah, Game Freak has been throwing around swears in their later in their Pokemon games, and that kind of concerns me for the dialogue that's going to be in Pokemon Winds and Waves, the next generation Pokemon games. Sorry about the stutter. Because how are they going to be talking in that game? Is Game Freak really going to start aiming for a mature audience with their Pokemon games? No, it wasn't a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm sorry. I misremembered. It was Pokemon Legend ZA that had the foul mouthed gym leader. Yeah, I'm sorry. I misremembered. I mean, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet come close to that because I'm pretty sure that the trainers there also have choice words in their vocabulary. Don't really remember too much. I mean, I did play Scarlet and Violet and beat those games, but I don't remember the dialogue all that much. But yeah, I just want to make mention of that, of this foul mouthed galactic grunt standing here. Yeah, hick is once again a slur. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube trying to censor me. That's why I left that text on the screen. I wanted YouTube to see I'm not, putting words on the screen. I don't have that kind of know-how that's in the game. So, yeah. Just wanted to make mention of that, and we're gonna move on. Look at this. A Magikarp is weak. A Magikarp is weakly flopping about. Carp, Magikarp, Carp, Magikarp. Would you like to join the Magikarp and flop around in the mud? No, would you though? Overwhelming. Even Team Galactic has no use for Magikarp. worthless. All of them. Good grief, they have them all blocked up in that one spot. We set off the galactic bomb. Its blast force was phenomenal. Sludge bomb? Well, we've been using Wood Hammer a lot more than we've been using Mega Horn, even though Mega Horn and Wood Hammer are like on par with each other. I'm gonna take out Mega Horn for Sludge Bomb. I prefer Sludge Bomb over Mega Horn anyway, because it's more accurate. Because as you see, this one has 85 accuracy. Sludge Bomb, although a little bit weaker, has 100 accuracy. So yeah, I prefer accuracy over power. I want to be able to land my hits. So. I resist that. But then again, you are a grunt, so you don't know the difference between super effective moves and resisted moves. You just work for a lousy 2 poke paycheck. Hey, don't be knocking off my items. My lucky egg. Your Pokemon attack with phenomenal power. Yep, because we are phenomenal. We're phenoms. If you wonder why I'm still running around with that Pokemon egg, don't worry. When it comes time for the darn thing to hatch, we'll find out what's inside of it. I'll punish you in place of our boss for defying Team Galactic. Okay. Give me your best shot. I like how grunts are running around with random legendary Pokemon, and yet they're like the lowest of the low on the on the ladder. A Smeargle. 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 Even though it's pronounced Smeargle with a G or that with like the LE at the end, for some reason Smeargle sounds like Smeargo and kind of reminds me of that guy from Lord of the Rings. And we miss. I like how Smeargle is one of the few Pokemon that can have legit moves in a randomizer. All because it can learn the move sketch. There's a meme online. I'm not gonna mention the content of that meme here. And you can look up about the Pokemon Smeargle. It's rather weird. I'm switching out here because of the fact that while we do know Wood Hammer, that is not very effective to this guy because of the fact that it's a Steel Water type. We don't have any. We have a fighting type move on Rayquaza, so yeah. Empoleon's sole weaknesses are ground and fighting. And we have yet to get a Pokemon that's ground and fighting type, so yeah. Empoleon, they said, is one of the best Pokemon that was ever created. Not just like appearance-wise, as you see here, but type-wise. Again, it's a Water and Steel type starter Pokemon, and its only weaknesses are ground and fighting. It has electric type moves too. I'm sorry, I forgot that, but it's weak to 3 moves: electric, fighting, and ground. It has no weaknesses at all elsewhere. It resists fire and grass. You can't use poison type moves on it at all because it nullifies them. And any other move used on it is not very effective because of its steel typing. And we missed again. Good grief. Triple kick. Why does triple kick look incomplete? Like it's just a beta image of a foot. It doesn't have like a lot of graphics like you saw with Sky Uppercut. Grr, I took the punishment. Yes, you did. I hope you liked it. Do. Yeah, you can actually walk over this here. What do you want? Are you one of those nitwits we fooled into guarding the entrance? Bah, it doesn't matter who you are. It's too late to make any difference. Things are going to get really interesting now. All the legendary Pokemon are going to be brought to our HQ in Veilstone. Gee, thanks for telling me that. Valor Cavern. There's one of the other bosses for Team Galactic. Another admin, if you will. The mission is proceeding without a hitch. The boss should be pleased. Everything is for everyone and for the good of Team Galactic. Huh? I recognize your face. You're the child who raided the Galactic building in Eterna. Jupiter should be ashamed of herself being beaten by a child. But anything and anyone that opposes Team Galactic must be crushed. Even the very thought of opposition will not be tolerated. See, here we have a battle against one of the Team Galactic admins. This is Saturn. No, well, I think it's Saturn. It's called Engineer Pi, but bear with me. This Galactic admin is starting off with a Whiscash, a water and ground type Pokemon whose weakness is grass type moves. We are immediately going to switch, and hopefully he doesn't have any ice type moves. We're going to switch to Dragonair, because Dragonair is the only Pokemon on our team with a actually, no, Skeptile has a grass type move too. So we're going to switch to Skeptile, actually. Skeptile's stronger than Dragonair anyway. Now we're going to switch to Dragonair. Anyway, hoping this Whiscash doesn't have any ice type moves on it. Let's see. Volt Tackle. That's a Pichu egg move right there. If he had used that on Aerodactyl, I'm sure he would have done a lot of damage to it. So it's a good thing we swapped out here. We're going to hit it with Wood Hammer. Whiscash, by the way, is a pretty dang bulky defensive water type Pokemon. I think his stats are equal to that of Quagsire. They do have similar faces. Next Pokemon he's sending out is Magmortar. Magmortar is the final evolved form of the Magby evolutionary family. I think we've seen this Pokemon before. I didn't really gush too much about it, but it's a pretty mean fire type. It's got that Mega Man thing going with the hands, by the way. And it has Sandstream for its ability. But yeah, Magmortar here, being the final evolved Pokemon of the Magby line, it can hit hard when it wants to hit hard. It really excels in special attacks. Its counterpart is Electivire, who specializes in physical attacks. Also, I like Magmortar's design. It looks kind of odd, but I like it very much. It's cool. Odd, cool. And it's using Bide. If we don't take it out in the 2 turns that it starts using that move, we can be in for one heck of a problem. So we gotta really get it out of the fight now. And from what I read about the Purugly, well, it is a cat, but about the Purugly that you encounter with one of the Team Galactic commanders, as well as the Skuntank, that you're encountering them far earlier than you should in the game because of their levels. But I guess that's just like how it is. That you normally don't encounter those Pokemon to the levels they evolve at, but it's a game, what can you say? Alright, the trainer's gonna finish off with a Kricketot, and Aerodactyl was pulled out of the fight. We're gonna put it back in. Let Aerodactyl have a whack at this Kricketot. In the vanilla game, Saturn here actually has a Toxicroak as one of his powerhouse Pokemon, which is a poison and fighting type Pokemon. You, my friend, are tough. I can see why you defy us so. Gah! Even I, a commander, only managed to buy us time? But that's fine. A child like you will never be able to stem the flow of time. Team Galactic will get the 3 legendary Pokemon of the lakes. With their power, we will create an entirely new universe. By now, Mars should have captured the Pokemon of Lake Verity. He's basically hinting at us to go to Lake Verity. The music is serene now. Notice that the grunts are still around here. However, we're gonna fly. That's not the right Pokemon. We're gonna fly. We're gonna fly home. That's right there where Lake Verity is. And we're gonna treat home like a Pokemon Center, so to speak. We haven't been home in a while, so let's talk to Mom. Welcome home, Sisyrk. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? It's still early in the morning. Take a quick rest, dear. And this is what we're gonna call it, right here in the kitchen. So I would like to thank you all for watching this episode. Part. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the videos. I'm happy that my subscriber count has jumped up from 155 to 157. That's really nice. I love it very much. I would like if my subscriber count will continue to grow from there. And I'll see you guys in the next part when we take on the grunts here in Lake Verity. So with that, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Much love from Krysis X2 Light. Take care. Bye bye. Blink. No reason why I'm putting this somewhere on the map. Just kind of plunk it that right there. Bye.